What is up, everybody? We got the 49ers Roundtable, and guess what? We have the newest addition on the 49ers Roundtable, Funny Niner Girl Fan. She is definitely a new coming to the group, and then we just have a special guest for this week, my boy Roberto, and then we got my main guy from the Oak Town, from the Bay, Antonio.
Oakland, smoking, 49er King 510 on YouTube, Facts Over Feelings podcast on YouTube.
That's what's up, man. And my boy Lawrence, the platform. What's happening, fam? Will be here shortly. So let's get on to that topic, man. This is a crazy free agency week, man. Like the fact that we didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts, man?
I'll start off. Man, it's like, we're kind of cap strapped until we trade Jimmy because he's taking up, $26 million of that. So it's like, I know we always want us to make moves, but this is not baseball. We can't be the late 90s New York Yankees, just get anybody, or even the 94 Niners to an extent. So we got to go we can go with. And supposedly, if they move Jimmy G, they're going to go after a big-name corner a la Stefan Gilmore. Please get him. He's my guy right there. Super Bowl experience, man. He locked up a lot of receivers. I know he's not the same player, but he could be a good addition. He could be what Richard Sherman was in 2018 when we got him. So that's my take on that because I'm just saying we will get somebody, guys. Don't even trip. We might even get Chandler Jones if he takes a pay cut. He says it's not about the money, so we might even get him. You never know.
What do you think, 49er?
That'd be nasty.
I think anything is possible. That would be a big name to get. But I agree. It's just about how long that market is going to be for Jimmy because I think with Mitch Trubisky signing in Pittsburgh today and Tom Brady coming back, that market for Jimmy G is getting smaller and smaller. So it's really the Colts left as our best option for moving Jimmy. So we'll see what happens, but I think it's really about when we can move Jimmy off the team and find a good home.
It's a matter of time. Roberto, give me your thoughts, man.
Man, I'm kind of like disappointed because, man, we didn't do nothing today, man. I've been like waiting. Like I woke up, I'm like, yeah, today's free agency. Oh, we're gonna get some players, and man, we didn't do nothing, man. I'm like, oh man. I woke up all excited for nothing, and here we go tomorrow, day 2. Let's see what happens.
We shall see about it, but it's just a matter of time. I think it's because of the fact he took surgery and it takes weeks to recover, so you'll never know. So we'll go on to that debate, man. Like during this offseason, there's just that much, but since you guys are mentioning Stefan Gilmore, is he going to come to the Bay? Because there's been discussions. There's been discussions that there's quite a few teams interested of him. Like Seattle was definitely in the mix. Niners were in the mix. And then there was talks of that maybe the Jets or other teams in perspective trying to get him. But I don't know. I don't know. We're not aggressive, but they're saying that we're getting aggressive in free agency with cornerbacks. But we just let J.C. Jackson sign with the Chargers. Carlton Davis just went back to Tampa Bay. He went back to Tampa Bay, so I don't know.
Yeah, man, and then like the other ones, like the Chargers, they got another one from the Rams. Man, the other ones, man, we just here doing nothing, man. Like, come on, man, come on, Kyle, come on, Lynch, come on, man, get to work, man. Everybody's doing moves and we're not doing nothing. Like, come on, man, here we go.
I mean,
nothing again.
Historically,
we
don't make big splashes in free agency as a Niners organization, though. That's not the way we typically roll. So I'm not really surprised that we haven't made any big moves. Last year I was really impressed that we were able to keep most of our free agents. So we'll see, who we're able to keep and who we can acquire. But I think that they play the long game and they're going to try and make some smart investments. I still have faith in Lynch.
Well, it's not as surprising for me either because the way we approach, we go for the dollar store stuff. So it's not like common like rocket science. We're not going to go big. We're not going to give you the big load of money. If you're not like one of our other stars, we ain't going to pay you the big money. We're just going to like if we see you as a free agent coming to us, we're going to want you to want to prove yourself. So like guys like see, if I'm thinking logical who we might sign, it could be somebody like a Dante Fowler because His value
This
just
guy.
went down. His value went down since he went to the Falcons. Do you think we're gonna pay him a big load? Nah. Go
He's
prove
gonna get
yourself. Go
he's
prove
gonna
yourself.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna get like an Arden Key type of deal, you know, like a 1 year prove it, and he could be our Arden Key for next year too, and somehow keep Arden Key, especially since we lost Laken Tomlinson, you know. So that should go to Arden Key then, because I understand we couldn't keep both, but we can keep one, pretty sure, especially with Jimmy's contract got to be off the books. So I'm down with that, man, because I know we didn't get J.C. Jackson. He's going to a secondary with Asante Samuel and Derwin James, you know, the only King James in L.A., but that's the story for another day. And then Justin Herbert, man, they got talent over there with the Chargers, man. They coming out the AFC. I mean, I didn't say that. But yeah, go ahead, you guys.
Oh, they just got Khalil Mack off the trade, which is ridiculous.
Khalil Mack attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they got Bosa, the
Raider
other
fans are
Bosa,
like,
and
oh
then
man,
Mac.
him and Bosa. Yeah, they were all just saying, oh, we got the better of the trade. We got the better of the Khalil Mack trade. Okay, Raider fans. Well, guess what? Now you got to face Khalil Mack.
That's bummer.
And Russell Wilson twice.
That AFC West division is going to be one to watch next year. It's going to be really fun to watch for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Especially with Russell Wilson in Denver, this is going to be an interesting division. Whether it's like it kind of gives you back of what the NFC West was last year, so it could be that way.
Yep.
I'm so glad that Russell is no longer in our division.
Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, thank the Lord Jesus, amen. Thank you for take him away from us. Thank you, man. That's why I give thank God for this year, man, for that. Whew.
Yeah, get them off our case at least, man. It's crazy. They did get better, and I think most teams need to understand that you got to go aggressive in free agency. So, hey, for anybody else that hasn't checked out the BGN Sports Media, subscribe their channel. Let the Niner Crew tell them that we send you here. But in all perspective, you know, look, we still got options in free agency, despite Jimmy G here or not. You know, we got $9 million in cap space, I think, and we're looking to restructure contracts. Like Jimmy Ward's already agreed to restructure, and I think Armstead's already agreeing to restructure, if I'm mistaken.
Good job, guys. Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, I think we need to probably bring in Brian Allen from the Rams, guard. You know, Laken left.
Oh, he just signed back with the Rams.
Oh, he did? Oh, no. All right, well, you know what? Aaron Banks, you better step it up, boy. Aaron Banks, you gotta play like Banks, like you gotta play like Lloyd Banks raps. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, man, we gonna do something. Don't even trip, man. Like I'm just ready. We gotta get George Kittle a complimentary tight end too.
Yeah, he gotta play like a bank, the bank. Exactly. You know, with the money, play like a bank.
Yeah.
With the big
money. Or he can play like Philip Banks and scare the shit out of people.
Play like a bank.
But like Philip Banks, attorney at law.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we want, not the soft one. We want the tough one.
We want somebody who owns banks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hearing John Lynch talk about Aaron Banks today, it was good to hear him talk about how he's streamlined his body, how he's been in the facility during the offseason, one of the 10 players that have been working out on their own time. We'll see. I have confidence that he'll definitely make a run for it for his starter position.
Yeah, because he's going to have to compete for that job too. And then you got Jayla Moore also. Jayla Moore, people forget that this guy even played guard. And he's supposed to be I think he was playing tackle this season. And then he was projected to play guard. So maybe there's a chance he could swing up to guard also. So this is another guy we just got in the late round from Western Michigan. This guy was projected to play guard, but he played solid at tackle when it was necessary, you know? So I don't know. What do you guys think of Jayla Moore? Like that guy could be the answer.
Oh yeah. Jayla Moore, I mean, hey, we got depth. So I mean, I think we do need to replace Alex Mack because he might retire. You know, he's getting up there in age. You know, Trent Williams, he's great. You know, he played on one leg against the Rams and stuff. And I think we got to replace Brunskill and Tom Compton, though. Because I understand Brunskill, you know, he plays great against Aaron Donald, but he got to play like that against everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
so
I mean,
we need to get better. I mean, McGlinchey got to be challenged. That's all I know.
Well, Brunskill's not your typical starter, but when you need it for injuries, he can fill in when it's necessary.
Yeah, definitely true.
Yeah,
So, and then I also heard that we're interested in some fast receivers. I got that headline earlier. Okay, working on some no-name dudes, but I mean, they probably going to be returners. We need a return power.
There's been interest of what's his name, Jakeem Grant. That's another guy I'm hearing about. He's a guy on our radar, and Ray McLeod is another guy. And then for whatever reason, Marquez Scantley is in the radar. That dude's up there.
Heck yeah, man. Hey, because it seems like we never have like a.
I would like to get him on the team.
Never.
Yeah.
We had Ted Ginn that 1 year. He had 2 touchdown returns in his first game. He was the closest one, but he got injured, couldn't play against the Giants, and then Kyle Williams took his place and fumbled. But that's story for another day. But don't worry, guys. We're gonna add some guys. We're gonna add some under the radar guys, like Arden Key was. We're gonna add some Arden Keys this time. That's the key to key. So
I think we should.
Yeah, we should have, but we gotta stop beating. He's up in age. I don't know. It depends on what team wants him, but I think veteran leadership is what he brings to the table. Like if we sign him, it's not going to be a big contract. It's probably going to be like one of those reasonable contracts where he can finish on a high note. Maybe we take him for his last ride and he can ride up on the sunset.
Yeah, definitely that.
Kind of like a performance incentive-based contract similar to Sherman, you mean?
Something like that. Like maybe he can play. Maybe he wants to play for a contender team, and maybe he probably would fit well with a winning team. Because once you get up in age, you want to at least finish your career and get something. Get on a high note.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely. That. So, hey, Chandler Jones does not care about the money supposedly. So come to us, man. We can win a Super Bowl here.
Yeah.
We came.
David McNew's funny. We need to trade Jimmy. I'll take a sack of potatoes at this point.
Second round pick from
Wagner and
Burger 31. What's up?
Chandler Jones.
Subscribe to the channel, man.
Yeah. Subscribe to the buddies, man. Subscribe to every one of the members. I don't know if you have a channel yet, right? Did you have a channel?
No.
I haven't started one yet.
Well, at some point, I'm going to promote you. I'm going to promote you.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to CG Ruthless Sports. Share his channel.
Samuel.
Let's get him to 100K. 100K.
No, I don't know about 100K. I'm thinking about getting 4K first.
Well, like 50K. Let's get you to like 10K.
But in all seriously, I'm all about helping all the smaller channels. I want everybody to be successful. Like I want my boy Antonio to hit that 1K at some point. I want you to hit 1K at some point. And Roberto, if you can stay on a permanent channel, I want you to get that 1K at some point, man.
Well, I was gonna have my podcast, but nobody want to join me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna support CG better. So I want you to go better than me. I want you to do your thing, man. I want you to come on the TV, on ESPN, and expose all the fake media. I want you to expose the fake media. I want you to expose everybody in the media. I want you to grow big, man.
Do you want me to expose Mike Florio for being the biggest fraud in sports history? This guy got a job for just being you
know who I want you to expose?
Why? What do you say?
Stephen A.
I just don't like his credibility, man. I don't like Mike Florio's credibility. He just has terrible. He has terrible takes.
I can definitely do his job. Oh yeah.
Yes, that's right. But in all seriously, we want to build a good community, and Bird Game picked me to be the leader of the Niner Empire for this network. So he picked the right guy. But I want to lead you guys the way. So you got your own podcast.
Going up though.
Yeah, you got your own podcast called Feelings Over Facts or whatever one you call it. And then, and then Jamie's starting to get one. She'll come along.
And the CG Ruthless Sports right there.
I had to ditch the bully because everybody hated the name bully. Because I was a bully.
You always been the
Uh-oh.
bully.
I've always been nicknamed that on the football field. That was the nickname when I played football. They would call me the bully.
Yeah, cause you
What?
bully the, cause you
Because I
bully the
want my
other
lunch
team.
money. That's
Yeah,
what
and
it
then
was.
you bully whoever you fight. Remember, whoever you got in the fight with, you bully his ass too.
I was
So
always one of the guys that would be in the alley and back up somebody. But that's just another day to discuss. That's just a nickname I was coming up with. In
yeah,
school, that's what they would call me. They would say, "Hey, you're the bully, man. We got to call you the bully." And I'm like, "Okay, all right." But let's get seriously during this off season. There's a lot for the Niners to improve on. But when we look at area of needs for the Niners, do you still think we still need to address other positions besides what we need to address? Like, I know that some of you guys are saying maybe it's Aaron Banks and Jayla Moore that can fix that issue, but we still do need to get a center. So Alex Mack,
yeah.
there's been questions about Alex Mack maybe returning, and there's been questions that he might just retire. What do you guys think? Like, Jamie, I'll let you go on the floor.
Yeah.
I think for the career that he has had, that he would want to come back for at least one more season and try and finish out on a high note. I just get that impression. I think the relationship that he has with Shanahan, he'd want to come back one more year. So I think he'll be back.
Yeah, okay, so if that's true, then I think center position could just be okay for 1 year. But as far as that, like Roberto, what's your thoughts of it? You think we're gonna have Alex Mack coming back?
Well, like he said, man, he might retire, but well, maybe we might bring him. He might be back, but man, like I be hearing that, like these days, man, he might retire and all that. But yeah,
Yeah. There's just been different talks, but what do you think, Antonio?
yeah, he might
That's what
retire.
I'm saying. I think, all right, if we trade Jimmy, we're gonna get 2 second-round picks. We're gonna have 2 second-round picks supposedly. So, with one of them, we got to get a center. I want a rugged center, man. You get the games are won in the trenches, man. We keep facing Aaron Donald, and we still got J.J. Watt, and just all these teams, like games are won in the trenches. So I go draft a center in one of those 2 second-round picks. That's what I would do. Another one, I'll draft a pass rusher. That's what I would do. I love those pass rushers.
No.
So that's what I would do with that second round pick. We got to draft his successor, Alex Mack. Attack. He's not Khalil Mack's cousin though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be amazing, but yeah. But when you look at it this way, you're talking about pass rushers too. That is another need because I know besides Bosa and Armstead, we still have like unproven depth. I mean, I think we have Charles Awulahu for another year, and then we got a couple of players coming from injuries too. But there's quite a few guys we're bringing back. But then it's going to be short depth because Arden Key, Jordan Willis. And I think Octavia Street is free agents. So there's going to be like other needs to fill. And then DJ Jones is going to expect to be hitting a big contract. He's going to get his payday either elsewhere or for whatever. If it's a miracle that we bring back DJ Jones, then thank the Lord. But I don't know. I don't think we're going to get him back.
I know, man. Another guy we cannot lose. Man, we cannot lose him. But Kinlaw, that shoe is the equivalent of freaking, Laken Thompson leaving, Aaron Banks, we got to step in, steps on a D-line. So Kinlaw has a lot of talent, man. He reminds me of James Wiseman for the Warriors. He's a high pick, but, he's been hampered by injuries first 2 years. So they both got a lot of talent. But Kinlaw, I remember Von Miller was mad the Broncos didn't draft Kinlaw. He was like, man, we could have got Kinlaw.
Yeah.
And, but we love our D linemen, so that's why I want us to sign Chandler Jones somehow. So shout out to DJ Jones, man.
Yeah.
Now, if we sign Chandler Jones and let DJ Jones go, then we got the better Chandler. So
I want him, man. I want him on our side.
Yeah.
I
DJ Jones if Chandler Jones is here.
Yeah. Well, we just retained Kevin Givens, and we just brought back Maurice Hurst Jr. back. So it's like, even though that's just little depth, but we still have other pieces to address there, especially the rotation spots. And then we need that other defensive end to complement Nick Bosa, the one that could play. I don't know about Samson Ebicom. Ebicom is he's got 1 more year left in his contract.
Yeah.
And then Charles Awulahu, We got him for his rookie deal, so it's going to expire next year. But how confident do you guys feel about our depth? Are we going to still be able to address it, or you think we're just going to wait till the draft?
I honestly feel that the job that D'Amico did last year with the defense and the talent that he had was impressive. That even through the injuries that we had, he was able to find like the next man up, the next man up, the next man up. I think even if we are relying on draft or lacking some depth, he makes adjustments in his defense, and he doesn't do it game to game. He does it play to play. So I have faith in our DC to make some adjustments, but I think that we could address some of that in the draft as well.
Yeah, especially with the draft compensations we're gonna get, and then we got and it does include the possible of trading Jimmy G also, so we could definitely address those spots there too. And then when you look at it that way, like Roberto, what do you think of our defensive line depth, man? Like, do you agree with Jamie was saying?
Yeah, but I think we need to sign like I think we gotta sign like another player, man. We can like hopefully we can like sign like Chandler Jones or somebody else, man. But we need another piece on the defense. Cause we might lose like DJ Jones. He might be gone, and yeah, that's what I think.
Chandler Jones is too much of a money. I don't know. Like, you guys are talking about that he would take a reasonable contract. I don't know. I think he wants his last payday.
Or like Bobby Wagner.
He said it's not about the money.
That's what they all say. That's what all players say until you pay him the right price. I mean, come on. That's just him trying to sucker people up, man. Like, if I'm a player, I'm probably just gonna prove a point. Like, remember what they say about what Aaron Rodgers denied the $50 million demand? That was bullshit.
I knew he was gonna get paid.
No, that was BS. He even denied that shit, and then it's false. I'm just saying, don't take a word out of a player's mouth, because in reality, they do care about money. Like Chandler Jones, he may just say it's not about the money, but you got to show him the money. You got to show him the money.
See, show them the money. Money talks. Show them the money.
They care about their chicken.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the mind will change if you show them the money. They might say no, but once they see the money, they might say, yeah, I'll come over here.
Yeah, that's what happens. And then speaking of guys who are still restricted free agents in perspective, Al-Shaair, we still haven't got a contract done with him yet, but he's supposed to be restricted or something like that.
Oh man, we're gonna sign somebody. Probably get a bargain at some point. I'm trying to figure out who it is. I don't know. We'll see what's up. What do you guys think though?
We'll find our next grocery outlet D line that's like another Arden Key out there. We'll find our next Arden Key or Kerry Hiders in the world.
Dante Fowler.
Dante Fowler looks like the next Arden Key guy.
Yeah.
The dollar store version. Yep, the dollar store Von Miller.
Yeah, Dante Fowler.
The dollar store Von Miller. I'm calling him dollar store Von Miller.
Yeah, for real.
Oh Lord.
Dante Fowler would be good too, but I don't know.
I'm just saying, but Von Miller, he might return to Denver. Man, they look
dope.
Oh yeah.
Denver. We got Russell Wilson. He's out of our division. Get out of here, buddy. Get him out of here.
Thank God.
Thank God. But let's go by 5 options of what the Niners will realistically sign. If I had to pick these 5 options, Dante Fowler would be the perfect example of a prove-it deal.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, because we always make the most out of these guys, and then they hit the market elsewhere, and then they don't do squat. So I would think Dante Fowler is a perfect example. Maybe a Marquez Scanley would be a possibility because he can block. And from what I'm looking at, Pro Football Focus, they put him in somewhere in between the 6'10" of something as a blocking receiver, and he's a deep threat receiver, so he would fit the budget. And then let's see, if I had to choose another option. I know this sounds like bargain market, but we're probably going to go Travarius Ward from the Chiefs. Probably go bargain market with this guy because this guy's not going to cost much. He's probably going to be very cheap compared to the Stefan Gilmores and the J.C. Jacksons of the world. Like, he's going to be cheaper. As much as I want DJ Reed, it's not going to happen. And then offensive line depth, if I had to be realistic, I think we're gonna probably just depend on Aaron Banks and the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
So we're probably just gonna go for other needs, like on defense. Like let's say for rotation wise, like defensive linemen again. We're probably gonna add another guy. We're probably gonna bring back Jordan Willis for a cheaper deal, maybe.
Yeah,
Because he's not gonna
cheapy.
nah, but he might be the cheaper option. But then again, you look at the way the Niners value the players, they're not going to go big. So we might go on a cheaper deal with somebody like a Trey Flower, whatever his name is from the Lions. He just got cut. He got cut, but
from the Lions, right? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he was just cut. He was cut based by the salary reason, but he would be the perfect example of what Chris Kosera could turn around. So Chris Kosera would take some talent like that. And as far as defensive linemen or any other way, well, if you think Arden Key's coming back, then I don't know if you saw his Instagram, like when they came to that video, he's talking about when the money's right, he's coming back.
Woo. Heard that.
Well, I mean, he came to the Niners to prove something after being with the Raiders, right? So, I think he feels like he proved himself and he wants the payday. And I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money talks, BS walks.
Yeah.
Do that. Money talks, BS walks. But yeah, somebody's gonna take less though. Jimmy Ward took less to stay with us instead of going to the Raiders. He did.
Yeah, that's surprising. He did that. He should have just took the money and ran. but he likes loyalty.
I guess players do care about winning some.
Some
I don't know. Yeah.
That's what he did, though.
Yeah. And I don't know about Greenlaw. I don't know.
No, Greenlaw's he's still under the rookie contract, so he's not. He's considered like what you call a trade candidate because let's think realistically how the Niners will look at it. If we trade Greenlaw, right? If we trade him, we won't have to. We'll avoid paying him a big contract the following season because Al-Shaair is emerging. He's going to be a lot cheaper. On the short term, you're going to think maybe he's a little pricey than Greenlaw, but in the long haul, Greenlaw's going to get more money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I call him Draymond Greenlaw. That's what I call him.
Yeah,
because they're both good defenders, So Greenlaw runs sideline to sideline, man. He's a great Robin to Fred Warner's Batman, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the Raiders suck ass. That's right. No. Raiders suck ass. Raiders suck ass.
I love that we still have the rivalry even though they're no longer in the Bay.
Yeah, we send up to the strippers in Las Vegas. Have fun at the strip club. Like a casino.
Casino, okay. Let's keep the football, guys. Let's keep the football.
We send out gambling.
But anything in your guys' mind with the 49ers going forward,
Oh,
what's on?
What's
up?
I saw like did you see like this like last week about like Ocho Cinco said about Trent Williams that he can't he should go to a contender. I'm like, why would Trent Williams leave if we are a contender? Like, come on, man, we are a contender. They're saying that we're not a contender. Come on.
No, I think the way you looked at it that way, I think it's bogus, because why would he want to go to a team that just lost the Super Bowl and they're not going to even come back next year? They still got to fix that offensive line. Let's be realistic. The Bengals, they may be talented because of the quarterback position and the receiver, but who's protecting them? We just saw that Super Bowl, right? They were dominating.
He was running for his life.
So I'm saying, the games are won in the trenches. That's why I want us to draft a center with a second round pick to replace Alex Mack. Make sure we're strong in that middle. Draft somebody out of Wisconsin or something. Georgia. Center
or Oklahoma.
Draft the nastiest.
Oklahoma Sooners. Yep, whatever.
Yeah, or speaking of a center, okay, since you're talking draft prospect centers, okay, there's this guy that comes from Boston College named Alec Lindstrom from Boston College. Like he plays center, and he plays pretty nasty for that position when he blocks. Like, I've watched a little of his film. He did pretty good. And then there's this one guy that I interviewed just recently today. He plays mostly like interior positions, but he's never played center, which is kind of crazy for a guy who's been versatile, but he's never been asked to play center. But if for whatever reason, if we draft this kid to play center, man, this would be crazy. But he's being realistic. He never played much of center at all.
Damn. Yeah, he got the teeth.
Like, is it something where you think he would have to reshape himself in order to move into that position? But that would be ideal if he's behind a center like Alex Mack for a year.
Yeah, see, that's the part about drafting this kid. This would be beneficial. Like, he's played everywhere, like everywhere in the interior position except center, you know? So there's room for him to grow. And I've even asked him that question, have you ever been asked to play center before? He said, nah, never did. Like, he might have did some snaps in practice and before, but not like in a game shape where he would play. So maybe that's where he's getting used to it. Like, if he was asked to play center, he'll play it, of course.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm down with getting better in the trenches. So that's what I want. So Alex Mack, I hope he gives us one more year. So either way, we got draft a center. So. And we do need to get a speedy receiver. We need number 4 receiver. Because I like Juwan Jennings as number 3. You know, sign Jason Barrett back on the super cheap. Make him our number 4 corner. You know.
Yeah, and then Debo, we got to give him that money too, Debo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Debo's looking at that money from Christian Kirk getting, man. Christian Kirk getting paid. And that's giving Debo some ideas. Like, hey, Niners, can you pay me a little bit more?
Yeah, and then come up. And then come up.
Give him a contract now before Devontae Adams gets the deal, and then he won't want too much, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people were tripping because Debo is in over there in Florida, and they were like, "Oh, he's going to the Dolphins." Like, come on, he's over there because of training camp. He's not going to the Dolphins. Come on.
He's doing training work, but
but some people think that he's going to the Dolphins. I'm like, no, he's not going to the Dolphins, man. Come on, chill, man.
But here's a good hint. Here's a clear hint sign. Okay, like I get that some players move from cities at times, but have you guys even heard that Devontae Adams actually got a house down in Las Vegas? Really? Does that give you a hint that maybe he wants to go with Derek Carr and the Raiders? I mean, I mean, there's different rumors of it because I heard he's not going to play through a franchise tag from the Packers.
Yeah, he
told them today. Yeah.
Yeah, if they think he's going to go to the Raiders, but he's not going to the Raiders.
Well, he's got a house down in Las Vegas. So but if the Packers are not going to give him his big contract, man, he ain't playing with a franchise tag. He just told Green Bay, I'm not playing with a franchise tag. You better work out something.
Man, and that's a trip because Devontae Adams played with Derek Carr in college. So they came out in the same year, 2014. So he has that connection. But I don't want the Raiders to do good.
Nah, we don't. We don't.
Oh no, the Chocolate Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders.
Las Viagra's Raiders.
Yeah, Viagra Raiders.
I made it up. I know, like you know how some people say about the Viagra. I say Las Viagra.
Well, thank God I don't use Viagra, so thank God I don't use that.
But speaking about it, you know, the off seasons. I mean, the weeks are going to go in free agency. It's probably going to start slowing down very slowly at some point. But we're getting towards that first week. You know, then the next 2 days will be where it's official. So we'll know from there. So maybe tomorrow we might get something coming up. So we'll see. You know,
like Davis, like you know, the owner, he needs some Viagra. He's old as hell. So give him some.
All right. So speaking of it, you know, we're getting on a high note. I guess the platform ain't coming for today, you know, but I'm going to definitely give you guys your final saying. I got to get going pretty soon, but it's been pretty good topics. Next week, we'll get something more bigger. I just got to get on a good note, but we're going to let Jamie do the speaking on her intro for the audience, and that's it.
Yeah, give her.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's just it was a pleasure being here for the first time. But I'm just really looking forward to what happens in the next few days and watching carefully what happens with some of the free agents that we have, and especially with Jimmy. So excited to see what we can talk about next week.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then Roberto, you'll just be one of those other guests at times, but I'll give you your same too.
Yeah. And what up? What up? This is Roberto. You already know who I am. I am the most loyal, faithful, all the way in Texas, baby. No matter where I'm at, I represent my Niners all the way from Texas to Cali. And y'all already know, man. Make sure y'all get my boy CG Ruthless Sports all his subscribers that he deserves. And I love y'all, man. And y'all know what, man. This 2020, 2022, we're gonna win the division. I might sound crazy, but hey, I'm always gonna go with my team. We're gonna win the division, and y'all already know, man. Thank the Lord. Russell is bye bye. And Tommy, Huxley, Warriors suck. So be quiet. And there you go, man. I'll come back on the next round table, and y'all already know, man. Much love to all my faithful, no matter where y'all at. I love
All
y'all,
right.
and I'm out.
All right, Antonio, you're next.
Hey, you guys, subscribe to my podcast, Facts Over Feeling Podcast, as you can see, and then my own personal channel, 49er King 510 on YouTube. But, the Niners, man, stuck by them for so long. So a lot of disappointments, a lot of great seasons, man. Like, I just love going to the playoffs. I want to actually win a Super Bowl this time. So that's why this month, the next couple of weeks, like including the draft, is so important, man. We got to pair Kittle and Bosa with a couple of complementary players, and continue to build that offensive line, interior and attack with a challenge McGlinchey. McGlinchey, hopefully he bounces back, entering his 5th year. We'll see what's up. But, yeah, you guys, man, go 49ers all the way. And we're going to do big things. And I'm happy Russell Wilson's out of our division. Khalil Mack is with the Chargers. The AFC West is going to be a big old freaking bomb threat to the Raiders, man. I don't know how the Raiders are going to survive that thing, man. They might go winless in that division, because I'm just saying, man, that division's too tough. But yeah, you guys, hey, much love, you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm out, and had a great time, y'all.
All right, let me put my final say. Well, I thank every one of you guys for tuning in on this roundtable. It'll get better by the weeks, but next week we're going to discuss the free agent recaps or whatever goes on from this week. But this week we're hoping that the Niners can make some aggressive moves, but it'll take some time. But, it's a matter of time that when we start making some solid moves. If they're saying that we're dead serious about getting cornerbacks in free agency, then I'll take the words out of Matt Miyoko. Matt Miyoko's never lied to me. So, and as far as you, Tommy, screw your damn Warriors.
No.
Hey,
Warriors,
Tommy's talking about.
Yeah, Warriors suck.
West
Lakers, baby. Lakers all day, baby.
I know, we're just playing, man. Hey, he's the one.
Let's go,
this guy.
Dubs. Let's go, Dubs.
Hey, yeah, Lakers,
This guy
baby.
said it.
The Warriors suck. Boo.
All right. We'll stop right here, guys. Hey, but on a high note, we're all good. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
All right, peace.
Stay faithful, baby.